Mm. Was war mein... Hallo?
I made it.
What's wrong?
War das nach dem...
Things got bad and I had to load. I was suddenly on... I'm in.
So.
Beginning the investigation.
What?
Momo? No. Who is it now?
You were...
So she's number one in the quest rank?
Number one. Would you happen to know anything?
Abandonné.
Let me focus. Let me focus. Let me focus. Momo, get away! Let me focus.
Mm. Mm.
Momo, watch my back.
Is someone coming?
Yeah, trust me. I'm in. Beginning the investigation. I don't get it.
What?
This isn't the right time. Momo? Nah. Wait, I'm not giving up. I don't get it. Let me focus. Let me focus. Let me focus. Let me focus. So, let me focus.
Number...
Let me
Would you
focus. Let me 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 focus. Momo, get away! Let me focus. I'm alive? I'm alive?
What's wrong?
Things got bad and I had to load. I was suddenly on these tracks and...
Tracks?
I'm... Oh,
Alive?
don't worry. That won't happen this time.
I'm alive? I'm alive? I'm alive? I'm
Let's do this.
alive?
Ah, shut it. Shut it. Yeah, whatever. Momo? I don't get it.
Is someone...
Can't agree with that. Yeah. I don't get it. Stop that for a sec. Stop that for a sec. I'm in. Wait, I'm not giving up. I don't get it. Yeah, whatever. Just quit it. Ah, shut it.
Yeah.
Let me focus. No. Cross, can you get... Wait,
Yeah,
I'm not giving up.
in. Gonna start looking it over.
I'm counting on you. Just quit it.
Hmm?
Not now! Not now! Not now! Not now!
Hm?
Not now!
Wann soll ich denn?
Not now! Not now! Go back!
I'm alive?
Huh? This looks legit.
Stop that for a sec. The air binge.
Huh? Damn, Takaoka! You got this quest in the bag.
Oh. No.
Can
I
you
don't get
mod?
it.
Yes!
A drone is...
Can you...
Oh,
Cross, go up. Nope.
but what are you?
I'm leaving too. You coming with me?
Oh,
All right. No one's here yet. Stop that for a sec. Stop that for a sec.
is this...
Stop that for a sec. Wait, I'm not giving up. Oh, yeah, I gotta talk to Oz. Stop that for a sec. When you make it to the MTIL... I can worry about that later. Can't agree with that. Just quit it. I guess we're the first ones here. Let's do this. Wait, I'm not giving up.
Too easy.
Nah.
Good news! I got some awesome new info. There's actually a flight simulator. Huh?
I found the Garuda.
So, you want to launch a drone?
I don't know. I've never been here before. I don't get it.
All right.
Me?
Wait, I'm not giving up.
Landing in 40...
What are those...
So we...
Hold on. Whether to obtain the flight path order...
All right, I'll set up a back door. No. Ah, shut it. Cross, can you...
Yeah, I'm in.
I'm counting on you. Can't agree with that. Hmm? Not now!
Hä?
Huh? Not now!
Mama was on top of me and I realized it was thanks to her that I was still alive. I looked through the gaps between the railroad cars to see a man with a baffled look on his face. It was Lime. Next to him was a woman I felt I'd seen before. She was... I squinted and tried to jog my memory, but the next moment they were both gone.
Hold on! Are you alright?
Yeah. What about you?
I'm okay too.
We pulled each other up hand in hand, then left the area.
You two went outside?
Okay, gucken wir mal. Wenn man das einfach weiterlaufen lassen.
Guess we couldn't see you because of the network failure. I lost my connection to Lime, too.
Seriously?
Did that woman take him away?
Was that the Juno? For real? No way!
Huh?
That woman from Shinjuku.
Right, the one Oz almost ran over.
Never seen her face before, so I didn't realize that was Juno. Never would have guessed she was #1 in the quest rankings.
So she's both wizard tier and a real beauty. I thought the pics on the internet were fake.
Did she take over my vision?
I checked for any signs someone had forced their way in, but there was nothing suggesting I'd been hacked. Even the GPS logs were saying I instantly transported from the room to the tracks.
What kind of trick was that?
Calm down. Panicking won't help.
Was habe ich gemacht? Ich habe die eine Timeline, wo wir dann kurz vor dem Zug irgendwie teleportiert wurden oder was weiß ich, einfach weiterlaufen lassen, ohne zu laden.
Bro, I didn't just pop up someplace else. I was also almost hit by a train.
How was I supposed to stay calm?
Seems Juno's known for appearing out of nowhere and leaving without a trace. And so far, not a single hacker has figured out how she does it.
So you're saying there's no point even thinking about it?
Not now, anyway.
Holy! Airy B2 is complete! It's B2 because...
We're not firing it. Couldn't get the flight path.
What? Say it ain't so, Spicy Miso! But I worked so hard!
Fucking Juno just had to get in my way. I'm not letting that happen next time.
Juno must have been the one who arrived before the Cyberforce dolls last time. We had to figure out how to stop her getting in our way.
Cross, how did Lime's BMI look?
I thought I could overwrite the guidance data, but that doesn't seem realistic. It'd take days, and even then I'm not sure we'd succeed. We'd actually have a better shot going with your crazy plan.
I guess we'll just have to get that flight path before Juno shows up.
I checked the software I'd installed in the electronic lock for an alert that might tell me when she arrived. I decided to go off when its security was bypassed.
Hasn't been triggered. How did she get in?
The one who touched my shoulder must have been Juno, right?
You moved at about 10:05. Juno must have gotten in right before that.
There's no way she was in the room the whole time, right?
Considering she was a wizard tier hacker, I guess he just erased the alert.
We entered the room a little before 10 o'clock.
So we only have about 5 minutes to work with.
Setting up the back door took just over 4 minutes, but if we left right after that, we'd just be found by Juno. On the other hand, taking care of the back door later would give us less time to get the flight path.
We need more time.
Why don't you modify the customer data?
Huh?
That must have been how Juno found his address. If we change his data, we might buy ourselves a minute or two.
That's true. But where would we go in that time?
Lime had to play Garuda, so moving him around wouldn't be easy. Putting him on a graper was out of the question.
A taxi wouldn't be secure enough.
That's like tissue paper, bro.
Thinking back, Juno must have been the one behind the canvas hack in Shinjuku too.
What sort of car would be secure?
A police car or an armored vehicle, I guess.
Good idea.
Which one? The police car?
Ah, will you ask the CCO?
Yeah, the quests are cybercrimes. I'm sure they'll help out.
Police cars could go pretty fast too.
Okay, we know what to do now.
Next moment cross, I was starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel.
We're in the home stretch. Let's do this.
Okay.
Huh? This looks legit, doesn't it? It is, right?
I didn't steal Wind's thunder this time. Instead, I contacted Nono and asked her to modify her drone.
I'll send someone to help you with that. You just focus on the modding.
Roger Dodger!
Cross, I want you to help No.
As I spoke, I sent him the data from the business card.
Go up the stairs outside to the second floor. She'll tell you to look for a repeater, and it'll be under the trapdoor in the storage room.
Wait. Did you?
No questions. We gotta hurry. Momo, let's go.
Okay.
As I tore down Waseda Street, I made an anonymous call to the inquiry service at TMPD, Cybersecurity Division.
This is the Cybersecurity Division. Please state your business.
I have info on Flight 302. The plane is being hacked from Swallow Apartments in Toshima.
How do you know that? Please elaborate.
There's no time for that. Please, just get to the apartment.
That was probably all I needed to share with the Cybersecurity Division, just enough to get their attention. Next up.
Oz, let's team up and take care of Flight 302. I know you're heading to the MTIL. You told me before I loaded.
So you used that app you mentioned, did you? Whatever. What do you want?
Could you ask them for the captain's BMI password? You can send it to me after I set up a new direct channel to the plane.
You know you're asking for the moon here, right?
Nope, just that password. And one more thing.
I rushed through the details with him, then got to work modifying Garuda's customer data.
Momo, here.
I got off the grip and went straight to room 201. It was a long time, so I had to ignore the info Wind sent me.
Cross, now you found the repeater, you got nothing to do, right? Help me out, bro.
I'm listening.
I need to get the flight path data from the BMI of the hack source. Will you help me if I set up a backdoor?
I'll just ask. There's no other way, is there?
That's what you told me last time.
Guess I gotta trust it then.
I connected to the electronic lock and unlocked it. There was no point improving the security, so I just went straight inside.
Lime Nukui, you gotta help us. Calm down and look at this.
I did what Momo had before and showed Lime an AR image of the news. Just like last time, the news showed a banking flight 302 which straightened out once Lime rightened the plane in the simulator.
I'm just playing Garuda, man.
I know, we'll take care of this. You just keep on flying.
I established a wired connection to Lime's carrier node and began setting up the back door. That was when I heard police sirens in the distance.
This is the place, right? This is indeed Swallow Apartments!
It looks so old. Oh? I think I know that Raper.
Wait, so the informer is...
You're just in time.
Polan Takaoka?
The person who ran down the stairs was the same boy who'd fooled us with a fake fire alert back at Shinjuku Station.
We...
We're police officers, and you are under arrest.
Arrest? I thought you were only supposed to take me into custody.
What?
The chief withdrew that order.
Oh, right.
We might have to take him in if this is another ruse, though.
It's not. We secured the source of the hack, but he's got other insane hackers after him. That's why I need you to take him in instead of me. The plane's gonna go down if you don't.
Hold on, we're here.
A girl and a young man came out of the second floor apartment. The girl had been wearing a pink costume when we last saw her. The young man was using AR on his BMI and there was a cockpit in front of him. If Polon Takaoka was lying, he was going overboard with the act. Was this a trap, or was it actually...
So he's the source of the hack?
Let's use his BMI to verify all this. Then we can decide whether to take him in or...
There's no time for that!
We need all the proof we can get. Don't forget that you tricked us last time.
If I let him pull the wool over my eyes again, I'd be unworthy of my badge. I had to be careful with this Takaoka kid.
Hey, Bambi? The chief's calling.
He is?
You're currently with Polon Takaoka, aren't you?
Yes. It turns out that he is the informant. We're trying to confirm whether or not he's telling the truth.
Please do as he says.
What? What do you mean?
He might have the key to completing this quest.
You're kidding, right? He's a small-time criminal. I know the evidence was deleted, but still.
We have no choice but to believe him. Please don't take your eyes off of him.
Yes, sir.
Takaoka. Who are you? Not just anyone can put pressure on the police.
You know, it was a detective that arranged for this. I'm just a guy who wants to take care of the problem.
That doesn't even come close to answering my question. And don't go thinking you're innocent just because the evidence is gone.
Calm down, Bambi.
Sorry. Let's get this guy into the car.
Momo and the Cyberforce dolls led Lime Nukui to the car.
Looks like getting Oz to help was the right call.
I figured it'd take more than an anonymous call, and since Oz mentioned he had connections in the police, I told him to use them.
Big news! Bad news! Did you check the latest Garuda update?
The latest? As in...
Someone modified the customer data!
That someone was me. And if my actions had come to light, then I checked 4chan and the hackers. They already knew about the room in Swallow Apartments.
Shit, Juno's coming. Let's get out of here.
I didn't want a repeat of last time. I had to avoid her somehow. I called Momo over and we sped off on my Graper. The Cyberforce dolls weren't far behind. They had to get Lime Nukui away from the area. Swallow Apartments got smaller and smaller in the Graper's rear camera. Thankfully, I couldn't see Juno anywhere, but
Why are they following us?
I had no clue what they were doing, but the CFD's police car was right behind us. Whatever, I had other stuff going on. I hacked the traffic lights at the intersection so we could speed through and get even further away from Swallow Apartments.
Hey! I could arrest you for that!
This is an emergency, damn it!
I know you want to get some distance, but come on!
It's not just that. We need to cancel 302's autopilot.
I connected to Cross so I could check on the progress.
How's the flight path data?
Copying now. Halfway there.
So we couldn't decide where to launch the drone.
Let's launch it at 10:22. That's in 15 minutes.
The plane falls at 10:32, right? That gives us 5 minutes to hack 302 and another 5 to land it. Then this boils down to how close we can bring the drone to the plane with our remaining time.
Yeah, the point, transporting the drone was an important step too.
We'll take it someplace around Shinjuku.
When I launched the drone from Nakano, the plane was heading south towards Meguro, but at 10:22 it'd still be somewhere over Shinjuku.
I could fire it myself if the launch site's in the Okubo area.
But if it's any further than that, you pass the drone to me. I'll drive. You tell me where to go. That'd be fastest, right, bro?
Sure would.
Holy! Harry, B2 is complete! It's B2 because...
All right, give it to Cross.
We dodged Juno, got the flight path data, and prepped the modified drone. For now at least, things were going smoothly. Now we just had to stick the landing. Hacking my way through every red light, I went south towards Okubo. There was no sign of Juno, but the CFD police car was still right behind us.
Hold on. I calculated the drone launch location.
Where?
Here's the address. 101 Kasumi Gaokamachi, Shinjuku.
The National Stadium!
It was further away than Okubo. We'd have to get the drone from Cross.
Think you'll make it?
Honestly, not sure.
Hacking the traffic lights wasn't buying us enough time. We needed another idea.
Oh yeah! We gotta get from Okubo to the National Stadium as quickly as possible. Give us a hand, will ya?
What? You still need help?
I want to save 302, please!
Think we could close up some roads, Rico?
Only partially, I think. We need assistance from other divisions, though. You're actually gonna help him?
Yeah, but don't get me wrong. I'm only helping him because it might help someone else. Let's talk to the chief about this.
Roger.
Thanks, I owe ya.
The police car changed direction and disappeared from sight.
Cross, we're taking the drone. Meet you at the intersection in Kita Shinjuku, District 1.
I'm almost there. You?
I'm close.
The intersection was only about 150 meters ahead.
We'll take it from you while we're rolling. That'll save us some time.
Got it.
Momo, think you can grab the drone?
Leave it to me.
got the drone! How's your end?
We did what we could!
Here's a tentative route. I'll navigate and give you updates.
Hold tight, Momo.
Okay. Oz! Could you send us the pilot's BMI password?
You're almost there. Start slowing down.
Will do. No. Is this okay?
Is my BMI to give Nona a look at the drone launch pad we'd set up?
Perfectly perfect! Launch at will!
I checked the time and walked away from the launch pad. It was 19 seconds till launch.
Momo, countdown on 5.
Okay.
I expanded my field of view and held my breath.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now!
I input the firing command. Right after it went up, I received the drone's camera feed. This was my second time seeing it, but I still weren't used to the speed. It was easily faster than a graper going at 200 kilometers per hour. But this time, thanks to the flight path data, I knew exactly where 302 was. I adjusted the drone's trajectory with my physical keyboard, guiding it closer to the plane.
There it is.
The distance between the drone and the plane closed way faster than I expected.
Come on, hit it!
I had the enter key right before 302 disappeared from sight. The drone went past the plane and flew off into the blue sky.
Did it hit?
It did! Bullseye!
How's the channel?
We're connected.
Yeah! Momo, send me the password.
Okay.
Cross, let's get in.
We used the channel and the password to enter the pilot's BMI.
Sir! They're about to break down the door!
The man who looked like the co-pilot was holding the door to the cockpit.
Keep them out! Things are only gonna get worse if the passengers get in here.
I can't hold them for much longer!
I'll try canceling the autopilot again.
This was my chance to get the code. I had to record it. Pilot set up an AR keyboard and entered a 16-digit code. Next he entered the 4-digit security code.
Damn it! It's still not working!
Now we knew the code.
I'm in the system.
Can we put in the code?
Give me a sec. I'll put the screen up.
Momo, how much time do we have?
There won't be enough time to land the plane unless you're done in 2 minutes.
I began to sweat. I couldn't afford to mess up after making it this far.
Cross, you done yet?
Just a bit more.
90 seconds left.
Cross!
There!
All right!
First I entered the 16-digit code. And the 4-digit one.
Go!
I pressed enter.
Yeah!
The autopilot was cancelled! I'm taking us to Haneda, right now!
Just as planned, there were 5 minutes left until the plane ran out of fuel. Mission complete. I almost went limp with relief once I got my vision back.
You did it!
Whoa!
Almost suddenly hugged me. It froze in place. I had no idea how to react. Momo let me go and held my hand with both of hers.
Thank you so much for saving them.
That's what you wanted, right?
Excuse me?
We got this future because you wanted it. I just helped you get here.
I didn't ask for your help.
You didn't have to. I know what you want.
You're quite assertive, aren't you?
I guess I am.
With a smile on her face, she let go of my hand.
Whoa!
History's been made!
A cicada post.
It basically acknowledged that the situation had been dealt with.
I've never seen this before! Someone actually did it!
You did it, my guy.
Well, I knew this would happen. Told you I was a man of my word. I meant it when I said I was gonna be the first person to complete a quest.
No, all I had to do was wait for Cicada to contact me.
I think Wind and I contributed quite a bit.
Yeah, and I mega appreciate it.
Hold on! You're telling me that the one who completed the quest is...
Oh, there they are. We got news that the STS is working again. I still can't believe that you're the one who did it.
What? You think anyone else could have done it?
Ugh, now he's all cocky.
The world's full of skilled white hats, you know.
But I'm the only one who completed a quest.
Unfortunately...
It felt nice to be recognized by the police, especially members of the CCO.
I'll give you my contact info. Call me anytime you need my help. I'm gonna be pretty famous now, though, so, I might be too busy to pick up.
How reliable.
Don't forget that we turned a blind eye to all those traffic lights you hacked.
Hey, I'm grateful for that. I couldn't have completed the quest without you guys.
Try to operate within the boundaries of the law, young man.
When sent me a YouTube live link. The streamer was Wind himself.
You're streaming the pilot's vision?
Wind was very passionate about quests, so it was no surprise seeing him streaming his heart out. I noticed Poron's great achievement was written in the description. God damn it, he didn't even run that by me.
Oh no! Look! The cockpit!
Huh?
The pilot is in danger!
What?
I rushed back to the pilot's BMI. The co-pilot was now away from the door and holding a knife.
I thought it was over.
With trembling fingers, I used my keyboard to send an alert to the pilot's vision. I sent a clip of my voice too.
The co-pilot's dangerous! Get away from him!
What? In the name of God.
The man swung the knife down. The pilot's blood fell on the floor, but since he was able to put his hand in the way, it was a relatively light wound.
Why?
The co-pilot raised the knife again and...
Stop!
Passengers broke through the cockpit door. They flooded into the cockpit itself.
Help!
Hearing the captain's distress, the passengers realized what was happening and went to restrain the co-pilot. He was outnumbered with nowhere to go. He held a Bible against his chest and looked straight at the pilot and the mass audience watching on YouTube.
The third prophecy of Fatima will be fulfilled. No one can stand in its way. Not even you, Lucia!
The co-pilot then slit his own throat, killing himself.
Lucia, did he mean...
Momo was completely pale and said nothing in response. A short while later, right before it ran out of fuel, 302 landed at Haneda Airport.
What's going on? Why are there bodies in here?
This is the end for us. Go forth by yourself, Lucia.
A man was kneeling and praying in a modest chapel.
Pray for us sinners, now and at the hour of our death. Amen.
After crossing himself, he stood and made evident the enormity of his 2-meter-tall stature. At that moment, the door to the chapel opened. The short-haired woman stepped inside, her eyes sharp.
We've located Lucia. She's in Japan. We've been ordered to capture her as soon as possible, and at any cost.
Hallelujah! My prayers to Our Lady have been answered. Surely the land will flow with blood.
This is a mission first and foremost. Don't overindulge yourself.
Who are you to speak so pridefully? You do well not to cast aside the spirit of benevolence towards your fellow man. I shall read to you from the Gospel on our journey.
Start packing. We're leaving as soon as we're ready.
Very well.
The man bent down and reached for something on the ground. It was a cross as large as the man himself, yet he bore it as though it was no burden at all.
Now begins our righteous crusade.
The Holy Office 513 might have been involved in his death.
Before his death, the co-pilot had mentioned Momo's real name. That was why Wind and the CFD demanded that we explain. He told them about how I met Momo, the end of the world, the third secret of Fatima, the Vatican's conspiracies, and Kent Kurihisa. But that wasn't the end of it.
The Holy what?
I've never heard of them.
That's because they never come out into the open, and don't even exist officially. Regardless, it's truly frightful how much power they have. Even at the Vatican. They can even influence the decisions of the Pope himself.
Seriously?
So there was some shady group with the very heart of Catholicism under its thumb.
I can't think of any other group that would have ordered the co-pilot to kill himself. They forced him to do that? But why? To send me a message, I think. To tell me that if I got in the way of the prophecy, they wouldn't show any mercy. Huh? What? Would they actually...
I didn't know if they could force someone to commit suicide, but it seemed pretty clear that this group worshipped the third secret of Fatima.
Why do they think the prophecy's real?
Because it is. I myself have...
Have... what?
Nothing. They learned that the prophecy was real back in 2012.
2012?
That was the year Kent Kurihisa disappeared, right?
Momo nodded.
The Holy Office 513 was formed to meet people who'd come into contact with Our Lady, the Holy Mother, and record the prophecies they received. Because they also thoroughly examined those people's accounts, the members of the Holy Office came to be called Deliberators. Our Lady of the Pillar, Our Lady of Pui. The Holy Mother has appeared in many places throughout history, including Fatima.
I ran a search. Everything Momo had said was true. There were Marian apparitions dating back centuries. Marian apparitions.
Who exactly is this Holy Mother?
The Holy Office believe that she is the mouthpiece of God himself. They consider her a sacred being who shares God's message with his children on Earth, so as to lead them to a blissful future.
So the prophecies are the word of God.
The proponents of the end use the prophecies to create the fate line. That duty has been passed on to the Holy Office.
A fate line? The hell is that?
They say that it's the ideal path towards the blessed end. Fate line is a chain of major future events that culminate in the end of the world. To its upholders, those events are predestined. Originally, only a minority of people within the Vatican supported it. But in 2012, an Earth simulator was launched on Necropilgrimage, the QCDC developed by Kent Korihisa, and everything changed. It allowed people to see the apparitions of the Holy Mother for themselves, inside the simulator.
Huh?
A sufficiently detailed Earth simulator was no different from reality itself. What was true for the simulation held true for the real world.
While this led to the debunking of many legends and accounts, several apparitions were confirmed as authentic. So far, 36 have been verified.
So you're saying Mary's ghost actually exists?
And to think that science is what proved it.
I'd always thought religion was unscientific and dubious, but this had me doubting my doubts.
So, are the things prophesized by the Fate line actually happening?
Yes. The world has more or less been on track with the Fate line. There were some deviations, but none substantial enough to affect the prophecies. All have been within the Fate line's tolerance level. If things continue as they are fated to, the world will certainly come to an end.
Momo may not have liked it, but I hadn't really believed in the prophecies or the end of the world. But now that I knew there was scientific evidence, I felt like the world might actually end, and we had little over a month left.
Now that the Fate line has been clearly defined, the Deliberator's primary duty is to protect the Fate at all costs. They keep a close watch on the world so that it doesn't diverge from its fated end.
Huh? But isn't fate like a sure thing?
The Holy Office believe that those who learned of the Fate have the potential to change it. That's why they are coming after Kent Korihisa and myself.
I'd also used loading to change my decisions and arrive at different outcomes. So if you knew the outcome and you based your action accordingly, that would have an impact to the world. Maybe not how it ends, but still.
The agents of the Holy Office have no hesitation to kill. Ever since they began recording prophecies, they have been eliminating all who refuse to cooperate with them. And now, they use the power they have to protect the Fate line.
Holy shit, that's scary!
I'm guessing you never told us your backstory because you knew the agents were after you.
Momo hung her head.
I'm sorry.
Her expression was solemn, and she said nothing more. She probably felt responsible for the current situation. I had to remind her that I was the one who chose to help her. She had no business feeling guilty.
I would have chosen to help you even if you told me all this at the start. Don't worry about it, alright? As long as you're in need, I'll be there to help you. You can count on me.
Hold on. I get that you want to show off, but these are actual killers. You could be in serious danger.
Maybe we should take Isaki into custody.
It's not about the danger. My team and I are Anons with bright futures, who can't sit idly by when someone's in need.
You can't be idealistic about this. She should be taken somewhere secure, like the police station. It wouldn't be luxury, but it'd be safe. Safe for her, and for those around her.
Please, come with us.
See if they were serious about this, but Momo only shook her head.
I can't. There are some things I must do.
But your life's in danger.
I'm well aware of that. I'm sorry.
You don't have to apologize.
Should we give her our contact info?
Oh, yeah, let's do that. Here, we'll send them over so you put us in your contact list. You can talk to us anytime, and we'll help if something happens.
Momo bowed her head apologetically. Sunlight leaked through the curtains. The equations written on a large tablet on the wall shone red in the evening sun. This was the Victor Condria University's Institute of Mathematics in California. And since PST was 17 hours behind JST, the high hack happened sometime in the evening here.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Is this actually happening? The chances of completing this one were the lowest yet, but someone actually did it?
Lady Kumar, a mathematician of the institute, abandoned her equations and expanded a sub-window from the corner of her tablet screen. For Chan's hacking board hack was displayed, it was being flooded with new posts.
That's how the quest was solved. It's ingenious to the point of absurdity. What's with you, Polon? You're too good. If this is all real, you're a wizard who rivals Ramanujan. You must have received a revelation from Namagiri herself.
Indian mathematician whose genius in the field was sometimes described as wizardry.
So he lives in Nakano, huh? Maybe Tengen knows something about him.
So wait, does this mean that your meeting with Izaki was fated?
Huh?
Went walked up and asked that as soon as we got back. He was obviously hyped.
You met by chance! That's a way bigger deal than eloping with a girl, right?
I'd say they were about equal.
A love that started with a lie! That's some movie shit right there. It's gotta be real 100% fate, I tell ya.
Sure.
My vision was suddenly flooded with messages, so I ended a conversation with Winch.
What the hell?
This was way too many.
I don't go to any high school and I'm not your friend, damn it!
Got some messages, huh? The Nakano Symphony's commissions page is being flooded too.
Huh?
Well, you've been doxxed on 4chan.
Huh?
He shared some posts with me showing my name, address, and ways to contact me. I was the first ever person to complete one of Cicada's quests. The hackers of the world must have been desperate to find and expose me.
Wait.
Feeling anxious, I connected to the IoT at my place. Internet of Things. Just as I thought, my intercom camera showed a bunch of hacker-looking dudes hanging out. The sprinkler in the garden sensed something too. Man, what a bunch of fuckers. This was why I hated hackers.
I guess I'm living at Symphony for now.
Luckily, this place was rented in the owner's name, not mine. But...
Oh, my donuts!
My IoT fridge said that I still had caramel, double chocolate and cinnamon sugar donuts stocked. It was a real downer to think they'd be moldy by the time things would be calm enough for me to go home.
Man, life ain't easy for a top quest ranker, huh?
Hmm? The rankings got updated?
What? You didn't check them? You're 9th, man! All the way up from 9,487!
I'm not in first! But I'm the first person to actually complete a quest!
But you didn't have much of a presence. You're not much of a quest contributor if you don't actively share the info you get.
That makes no sense.
But I didn't care much about the rankings anyway. Frost had gone up 100 spots while Wind had fallen a few.
Did Cicada contact you yet?
No.
I checked the messages with Cicada 3301 in them, but none of them looked like the real deal.
Well, whatever. We can wait.
There was no way he'd ignore someone who'd completed a quest. Momo looked kinda down though. She must have been worried. Her goal was to save the world, and she believed Cicada was its savior. It was no surprise she was upset that our efforts weren't paying off. I felt like I had to say something. Shit. They had no idea how to cheer girls up.
Hey, Momo. Wait, what? Is this real?
Excuse me?
Oh, sorry about that. I got a message.
Speak of the devil.
From Cicada? What does it say?
I'll share it.
Surprised by the sudden change in Momo, I sent the message to everyone here.
What? Cicada? Is this actually him?
Maybe, if we could actually prove it. He has no official contact address or anything.
Oh, right.
Prove?
How would Cicada prove this was him?
Look at this.
Did you post it on Hack?
That was what I thought at first, but the poster was...
A Cicada post, and it's seconds old.
The poster's IP address is the same as the one used for the hi hack, which means...
The one who just messaged me is the real Cicada.
Whoa! Holy shit! A message from the guy himself!
Well, I am the man who did what no one else could.
I know you're hyped, but before you throw yourself a party, why not put your attention where it's needed?
Yeah, I was just about to.
I opened the message and looked inside. I expected a bunch of coordinates or an address we could use to reach him, and then find a way to save the world. We will be keeping a close eye on you. Close eye.
Oh no.
He wants me to solve more quests?
What? But this one was the hardest yet, and you saved over 200 people!
Guess he hasn't decided yet if you qualify.
You gotta be shitting me! This wasn't a fluke. I completed the quest using my own skills.
We don't know his standards, so we have no choice but to play along.
First I was only 9th in the rankings, then Cicada himself told me to do better. And now Momo looked bummed out again. Man, what the hell? I let out a huge sigh and a wave of fatigue hit me. My head was kinda hazy, probably cause I'd been through the high hack a whole bunch of times.
I think we should call it for today.
Yeah, I'll worry about stuff tomorrow.
How to meet Cicada, the whole thing with the Holy Office, 513, etc.
Momo, you should sleep here again.
No. I've already been here too long, so...
Hey, don't worry about etiquette or whatever. You won't find anywhere safer than here.
But...
Polon, what are you gonna do?
Huh? Well, I'll stay here with her, and... Oh, wait, I don't mean anything weird by that.
She needs some time alone, don't you think?
Alright, I'll go.
You shouldn't have to.
Don't worry about me. Nakano's my turf. I know how to have a good time. Just call me if something happens, okay?
Okay.
Left Symphony and Cross and Wind followed.
Don't forget that you were the one who decided to help her. Take responsibility and look out for her.
Huh? But you just said we should leave her alone.
First he told me to leave her, and then to look out for her.
You wanted to spend the night alone with her?
It's not like that.
Takaoka, be strong.
Cross and Wind put their hands on my shoulders like they were offering encouragement. And then, without explaining a thing, they just walked away.
What the hell?
I was worried about Momo, so I figured I'd just spend the day somewhere close by. That'd be enough, right?
Five more minutes.
It was the afternoon of the day after the high hack. I was right in front of the building Symphony was inside. Last night, I'd suddenly asked Momo to meet me here at 1 p.m., but...
Where the hell were we supposed to go?
Feeling kind of worried, I reminded myself why I'd set this up.
You didn't invite Aizaki for dinner? Are you kidding me?
Why would I do that?
She looked really down, man. Don't tell me you didn't notice.
Well, I did. She was sad because Cicada's message was a letdown, right? I mean, there's only one thing we can do. We'll just keep on doing quests. That's all there is to it. Why are you so quiet suddenly?
I'm at a loss for words.
You're really bad with girls, huh? If a girl's down, you gotta cheer her up, or do something to take her mind off her troubles. Seriously, you should make a GF and VFF. There's a lot of girls to choose from, and you can flirt with them as much as you like. I'm telling you, it rules. Want me to find a girl like Aizaki? She'd be good practice, don't you think?
So, I'm just practice to you?
Oh, no. Takaoka is just a rare case. I'm all about you, Yomi. You're the one for me.
Well, okay.
You're always so cute when you're embarrassed.
You dummy.
How about it? You gonna try VFF?
Well, I could just invite her for dinner right now.
No. Girls don't eat at this time of day.
Tomorrow, then.
My man, you gotta invite her on a date.
Date?
You gotta make it up to her for leaving her alone.
No way. We just met. We can't date yet.
Your meeting was fated. It's fine. Go on, call her. But remember, you can't arrange a date for the same day.
Hey, Cross, what do you think?
She's been having a tough time ever since that incident with the co-pilot. Not only does she feel responsible for his death, she must be terrified of the Holy Office 513. She shouldn't be left alone in that state.
Good point. Keeping her locked up in Symphony was a bad idea.
All right, I'll do it. I'll invite her on a date.
Okay. Getting fired up was fine and all, but...
Hold on.
Hey, you're here.
Did you really find out more about Cicada?
You lied to get her here?
I had to. When I tried to get her on a date, she refused.
If I hadn't lied, she would have just stayed at Symphony.
She'll hate you for this, my man.
What?
Did you say something?
No, I'm just talking.
Talking?
If you're gonna say sorry, you better do it now.
Dude, get off my case. This is my date.
I turned on the draper I had at my side.
Hop on, Momo. I'll take you to the Cicada hint.
Where did you find it?
Huh? I can't tell you.
What's it about then? Hold on.
I'll tell you when we're there.
I see.
Under the clear sky, golden sunlight speckled the waves. They shone brilliantly. We were at a park in Odaiba. Water in the bay of Tokyo wasn't especially clear, but the place was a tourist hotspot and a great choice for dates. It was good, but...
Can you tell me about it yet?
Momo didn't even know this was supposed to be a date, so she didn't pay the surroundings any mind.
Why not enjoy the scenery first?
Excuse me? Is it hard to explain? Please, try anyway. I'm ready to hear the truth.
Crap, I couldn't lie any longer. She was gonna hate me, but I had to tell her. I felt like I should have told her I lied before we got this far. Then we could have just had a nice walk around Nakan. Telling me to redo this? I didn't think you were the type to get involved in this kind of thing. You're pretty nosy, huh? You've given me the motivation I need, though. Yeah, I'll go back and be honest with her.
hold on. Did you really find out more about Cicada?
Momo, I lied. I didn't find anything new. I'm really sorry. I feel so bad about this.
Why did you lie?
You look pretty down, so the guys told me to try cheering you up. I should have invited you to dinner yesterday. I was too dumb to do it. That's why they said I should invite you on a date to make up for it. It was Wynn's idea, but even Cross approved.
So it's because I turned you down.
It's not your fault. I get it. I know we just met and we're not close enough to go on dates. Actually, the date thing was just an excuse. As long as it could cheer you up, anything would have been fine.
I really didn't know how to handle girls. First, I tried acting cool and inviting her on a date, but that didn't work out, so I figured I should just spill the whole story. I knew I was being super lame, but that was the best I could do.
Hold on. Let's walk around a bit.
You mean...
You just okayed the date? I was sure she was gonna hate me, so this was a huge relief.
Alright, let's go.
My date next morning. Okay.